For now, in the Kyrgyz Republic, we see that the price shrinkflation and inflation. Shrinkflation, it means that the portions in the cafeteria are going to be smaller, but prices rising up, being higher. And the fuel, of course, by the pandemic and by the world crisis, our suppliers of fuel, 90% of all fuel we're getting from one country. I will not say what's the country because it's the biggest, our neighbor. So going to be higher and higher. For example, 2-3 years ago, you could take the full tank for 2,000 soms. For today, it's 4,600 soms. It's our national currency. So price of bread in last 2 years, 2021, in beginning of 2022, we see that added 15% of the price, 15%. So you could buy the bread 2 years ago for 20 soms, for example, 20 or 18, 19 soms, 18 soms, I think, a very popular price. For now, it's 24, 25, 32 for different breads. So if we will see what's happening with the labor force, we have a big number of announcements that local employers looking for the employee, but we have rising the figures of unemployment and unemployed workers. So I see that in the society we have some depression, but it's not high depression. It's depression growing up, but very slow. No any social blows nearest time, but I think for now we're not expecting this bad. That business people saying that the situation a little bit difficult. For example, people don't want to use the special registration machines, cash machines, but government says for good taxation, for high administration, you might to go to the KKMs, it's the tax registration, the bill registration machines. And for now, big amount of entrepreneurs in the regions, they have tensions. They say, please save old system, then we only buying the license, patent, and no more tax accepted, and no more reports for tax office. They're saying that. So this situation now in the markets, in the common in economy, I have some a very small optimism for economy, but problems, there are a lot of problems in economy, and I think it's generally you can live, you can work in the Kyrgyz Republic, but you need to understand that we are part of a global economy. In the global economy, shrinkflation and inflation, it's a common thing for global and for our local environment. The fuel, you know, we're giving $1 billion for one country, monopolist which supplying us with the fuel. 1 million ton we using every year. It's a carbon dioxide, and we giving the $1 billion to one country. You know, our GDP, national GDP is the $7-8 billion. So 10% of GDP, more than 10%, we're giving for the fuel and for the energy, for the movement of our cars. You know, it's 30% of all our state budget, state money annually. So in every year we're giving 1 billion to the oil suppliers. We need electric cars because we need to solve this problem. Electric cars using electricity, and our hydropower plants will give this electricity. We need this. Okay, let's go. What's happening with the Kyrgyzstan economy? Kyrgyzstan economy, GDP per capita is very low, close to 120, 1,200, $1,100 per citizen. So our rate is here. We are very close to Tajikistan and less than Uzbekistan. Of course, Ukraine, Azerbaijan, Bulgaria is higher. This is data from World Bank. It's the last data. If we will see, what about the consumer price index? Consumer price index rising up, and Kyrgyz Republic is here on this level. The prices last years going high, growing up. That's something happening. And by inflation official data, Kyrgyzstan is here, 1.84% for annual inflation. But sometimes its inflation looks like a hyperinflation.